Hello student, today we are going to study next chapter of 12th science syllabus, biotechnology, principles and processes. Biotechnology term coined by an Hungarian engineer in 1990. Biotechnology is the collaboration of natural science with industrial technologies. Biotechnology is defined by OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, as it is the application of scientific and engineering principles to processing of biological material to provide the goods and services for human welfare. This biotechnology is also coined by EFB, that is European Federation of Biotechnology, as it is the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, parts or the cell organelles and the molecules present in the cells or the products and services obtained from the living beings for human welfare is the biotechnology. Biotechnology in broad sense divides into two parts. Since human civilizations up to 1970, the form of biotechnology is considered to be the oldest form of biotechnology. This technology is totally based on fermentation, in which microorganisms are used to ferment the foodstuff and to obtain the household products like curds, ghees, somas, yogurts, or industrial production of vinegar and wines are also the part of this age-old biotechnology called as traditional biotechnology, or they are also called as the ancient biotechnology. From 1970, the overall outlook of biotechnology gets changed. That biotechnology is considered as modern biotechnology. They are also called as recombinant DNA technology, or they are also called as genetic engineering. Genetic engineering actually started by Paul Berg, hence renowned as father of genetic engineering. In 1971, Paul Berg invented the gene splicing technology. He was the first biotechnologist to develop the recombinant DNA by adjoining the DNA fragments from two different organisms belonging to two different species. After that, in 1973, Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen established the RDT, that is recombinant DNA technology, by demonstrating that the gene controlled the production of ribosomal RNA in frog could be transferred from bacterial cells or into bacterial cells and expressed in it, so that bacterial cell produces the ribosomal RNAs. Those are naturally found in frog and not in the bacterial cells. Thus, modern biotechnologies permit to change or modify the genetic material of any organism and getting the new species or the products. Some important features those differentiates the modern days biotechnology from the traditional biotechnologies are mentioned here. Modern days biotechnologies deals with alteration of the genome or genetic material of any organisms through recombinant DNA technology and develops the genetically modified organisms. In modern days biotechnology, one can multiply the DNA or the gene artificially in lab, that is in vitro, by polymerase chain reaction. In modern days biotechnology, microscopic DNA is collected and their collections are studied, their mode of expressions are studied for different type of researches. They are called as DNA microarrays. In modern days biotechnology, tissue culture, cell culture is invented. In this technology, cells belonging to different species get fused and somatic hybridization is done. For example, potato cell is fused with the tomato cells and develop the tomato plants by culturing that tomato cell. In this modern days biotechnology, bioprocessing is done. What is meant by bioprocessing? It means using living cells or their cell organelles or their gene or enzymes obtained from them. Desired products are obtained. These are called as bioprocessing. In modern days biotechnology, there is a legal protection or ownership to the inventor granted by the government for his invention, so that organization or industries, if had wished to use the invention of the patent holder, they have to pay at least 2% of their earnings to the patent holder. So in this manner, the invention is secured in modern days biotechnology by granting the patent. All these features are not seen in the traditional biotechnologies. Modern biotechnologies has two important techniques. One of them is a genetic engineering and second one is a chemical engineering. First we focus on genetic engineering. Genetic engineering deals with manipulation of genetic material of any organism by adding the foreign gene into them. Genetic engineering also deals with replacement of defective gene by healthy copies and help to cure the hereditary disorders. This genetic engineering also deals with in vitro fertilization, or we call them IVF. Genetic engineering also deals with manipulation of genetic material of any organisms and develop the new strains of the organisms. Genetic engineering also called as recombinant DNA technology. Then second important tools of modern biotechnology is the chemical engineering. Means genetically modified organisms by incorporating the foreign DNA allowed to grow and develop their colonies under aseptic conditions, so that their colonies having that foreign gene express and produces the concerned products like vaccines, enzymes, alcoholic beverages, drugs. This part of the modern biotechnology is called as chemical engineering. Different tools and techniques, those are required to do the genetic engineering, or those are involved in the modern biotechnologies. We discuss here. In modern biotechnology, different micromolecules such as DNA, RNAs, proteins are studied on the basis of their molecular weight. And to study that micromolecules, different techniques are devised. They are spectroscopy, ion exchange chromatography, osmotic pressure, gel permeation, and gel electrophoresis. Among these, in this chapter, we have to study in a brief about gel electrophoresis. This is an gel electrophoresis assembly. Gel electrophoresis assembly has one rectangular shape plastic box. One end of that box is provided with negative charged electrode called as cathode. Opposite end is provided with positive charge electrode called as anode. In this gel electrophoresis assembly, a thin film of agarose gel, those appears like a paraffin of candle, is lodged of rectangular shape. The end of that agarose gel, those are towards cathode. In them develops a cavity called as well, through which the DNA fragments are loaded, and after providing the electricity, that DNA fragments migrates from cathode towards anode. Here in this figure, we observe that three different types of DNA fragments from three different organisms are present in three different vials, and they are individually loaded in the particular cavity of the gel, so that when electricity is provided, these DNA molecules migrate from cathode towards the anode as per their molecular weight or the size of the DNA fragment. Greater will be the size, shorter will be the migration, and small fragments migrate with a great distance. This DNA fragment, those migrated through the agarose gel on applying the electric field, is invisible to the naked eyes. They are stained with, after gel electrophoresis, they are stained with ethidium bromide, and then they expose with the UV radiations. A dark blue colored band appear. They are called as DNA fragments. So in this manner, to study the DNA fragments pattern of two or more than two different type of organisms, this technique is used. They study the DNA fragment on the basis of their molecular weight. This technique is called as gel electrophoresis. Let's take a look. Action of restriction enzyme results into fragment of DNA. and that fragments is separated with the help of the technique called as gel electrophoresis. This gel electrophoresis separate the DNA as per their molecular weight and size of the DNA fragments. DNA molecule has a negative charge, henceforth they are lodged or loaded on the cathode end of the agarose gel. On applying the electric field in an alkaline phosphatase medium, in that gel electrophoresis assembly, DNA moves from cathode towards anode. This agarose gel and alkaline phosphatase, those are present in that agarose gel electrophoresis assembly, acts as a medium to sieve and separate the DNA according to their size. Smaller fragment of DNA shows a greater migration. That means they shows maximum migration towards anode. The separated DNAs after gel electrophoresis is stained with one stain. The name of that stain is ethidium bromide. So that when they expose with the UV radiation, a bright orange or blue bands appear of a DNA on the gel. The separated bands of DNA cut out from agarose gel extracted from gel piece are called as elution. These DNA fragments are further used in recombinant DNA technology. Next instrument we have to study in this chapter is a polymerase chain reaction. This is PCR machine devised by Calimulus in 1983. PCR means polymerase chain reaction. PCR is also called as People's Choice reaction because it is very popular among the biotechnologists, in which in vitro gene multiplication is carried out. This technology is used to amplify the single or a few copies of DNA to generate thousands or millions copies of particular DNA sequences in lab or in vitro. The components required is the oligonucleotides or RNA primer to initiate the synthesis of DNA. Then raw material as 4 different types of deoxyribonucleotides to synthesize the new strand. Along with this, they requires the catalyst as an enzyme called as DNA polymerase enzymes. DNA polymerase enzymes, as it works with a very high temperature, so the DNA polymerase enzyme used is obtained from the hot spring bacterium Thermus aquaticus. They are also called as hot spring bacteria, from which the enzyme obtained called as Taq DNA polymerase. These enzymes work at very high temperature and never lose its structure, or it never get denatured at that much high temperature. Those are present in PCR machine. This PCR techniques involves 3 steps. The first is denaturation, second is annealing, and third one is replication. Here the first step, the DNA sample, those we add in this PCR vial, those exposed with the 90 to 98 degrees Celsius temperature so that 2 fragments of DNA get separate are called as denaturation. Suddenly the temperature of that machine declines up to 40 to 60 degrees Celsius so that the oligonucleotide primer attach on the 3' end of both the parental separator strand and start the new synthesis called as annealing. After annealing, temperature of the machine get increased up to 70 to 72 degrees Celsius so that the Taq DNA polymerase enzymes start the replication, continue the replication and complete the third step called as polymerization. Thus, first step needs 90 to 98 degrees Celsius temperature called denaturation. To start the new synthesis, annealing, temperature needs 40 to 60 degrees Celsius, and the third step called polymerization, temperature needs 70 to 75 degrees Celsius. In this manner, within 3 to 5 seconds, the one cycle is over within 3 to 5 minutes, the one cycle is over.